right, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, like I mentioned tonight, we have a very interesting discussion. Nani Lotumenda straight into it. And this discussion actually started online, and it started with this amazing gentleman, John Kanyoni. We've actually had you here before. No, ukasema, I don't know, Salono, did you see the clip?
I saw the clip.
You saw the clip?
Yes.
And you're talking very strongly about parents and their children. And you were saying that these days, parents need to still stand up to, to discipline and all those things. Maybe you can just give us a brief. Nilitoka wapi? Ulikosewa na mtoto ama what happened? Mtoto alifanya makosa. Ukaenda ukaeka hasira online.
No, it's not me, Betty.
Yes.
It's out of observation.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've had parents crying.
Yes.
Yes.
Crying in the sense that they are losing the grip. And when you visit most homes, the children are taking control. Actually, earlier on, there's another one I had posted in TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was asking, who is in control in your homes? Now, just do a sample to most of the parents. Children are deciding what to eat.
That's true.
Right?
Children are deciding
what to eat.
Pastor Suna Nangala, like that doesn't happen in my house.
Yes.
Children are deciding what to eat.
Yeah.
Children are even dictating even what you will wear.
That's true. My daughter today, she was like, I don't like this dress, mommy, wear this one. And here I am.
So we have let them, and what they don't like, we end up agreeing with.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to hurt them, in quotes.
Got you.
But what effect is it having on this child as they grow up?
Okay.
One of my followers commented and said, no, that is tantamount to bringing up terrorists.
Yeah. Terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, that's the word they use.
That's heavy.
Because eventually what is happening is we are not equipping our children. We are not preparing our children for the things that they will meet up later in life.
Okay.
So they don't have resilience. Then we are training them to have their way. Once they have their way, they grow up. They go even to high school. Some of them are even dictating to the teachers because they know mom will agree with me, dad will agree with me.
Absolutely.
And if you don't agree with them, that's what you have been doing.
Yes.
So that particular time, now you'll have to agree with them.
Okay, got you. I like that. Let me start with Pastor Sue.
Yes.
3 amazing kids later. Do you agree with what he's saying? Is it even
I agree
relatable
with
to
him.
you?
And when he said that, it's like it was just would I say something that I felt, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think we the parents, the challenge we have is because the today parent is not well equipped with knowledge on how to handle a child, a teenager, and someone who is past, the teenagehood. And so our children are being brought up by parents who are not well equipped. And as we have always said, you can't give what you don't have. And so most of the people despise mentorship, they despise seminars and conferences. Like I'm sure if Mr. John called men conference, they want to know whether kuna mbuzi. It's more about eating.
Kuna drinks.
You get kuna drinks. What is the topic? You get the point.
Yes.
And so at the end of the day, you find yes, we are bringing up children into this world, but we are not equipped to bring them as men, and as women. And as he has said, it's true. Our children are dictating the food they are going to eat. They will dictate what time they are going to sleep, whether we are going to watch the TV or not. Internet has to stay on, and parents feel helpless, in the hands of their children. A child will tell you, I'm not going to go to school. And some of the parents even go to see a doctor to give them a sick off. Yeah, just to go and say, my son said that today hajiski na shule. So we are living in a generation whereby the power has been shifted such that now we are living in fear. We feel like if we say no, in a loving and a firm way, we feel like the children will commit suicide, they'll get depression. There's a lot of fears. But you see, what we are fearing is what is going to get them later The consequences will be later when they come.
Okay.
And I think one of the things that we need to embrace, as Mr. John is saying, is to make sure that we disciple our children. What is to disciple? It is to guide.
Yeah.
What is disciple? It is to direct, to give them instruction so that these children can have, values and they can have a mindset that can carry on them now and even in the future. So you find our children are also very empty because they are being controlled by the social media. Gotcha. There's no much emphasis, or there's no foundation from the parents, because since the parents are empty, they don't know how to, when a child behaves this way, they don't know what to do.
Yes.
And we feel like if I go to Mr. John and tell him I think I'm not able to handle my son, is a sign of weakness. I'll look like I have failed as a parent. And so you find we have all this confusion that is with the parents, and also the children are looking for leadership from us, and we are not able to offer because we don't have the knowledge. We don't know how to handle the generation that we have. It's very unfortunate because now as they continue like that, it means now these children, whatever they decide is what the parents have to go by. Unlike our generation where our parents would guide us and they were firm in their decision, they were firm in what they told us, and they would tell us, if you do this and this, these are the consequences. So I think we need to differentiate between inflicting fear in our children and showing them the consequences of their choices and their behavior.
All right.
That is my take on that.
That is powerful. Thank you so much, Pastor Stu. Solano, you have two kids, right?
Four.
Aya. Four children.
Girls, 2 boys.
Why
are you reducing?
Wait.
How many kids?
For kids watching. I don't know why. Hata sisi kama ni wale wengine ama ni wale wa nyumba. Talk to me about what you think about what John started and also what Pastor Sue has just said.
I want to agree with them 100%.
Yes.
And I'll begin with the Bible verse in Ephesians 6 that says that children, obey your parents in the Lord. Honor your father and your mother, that you may live long.
Yes.
This verse has been turned upside down. Now it is parents, obey your children in the Lord. Honor your son and your daughter, that you may live long.
Yes.
And that's what we are seeing nowadays. Parents are outliving their children. Parents are burying their children because they have turned everything upside down. And that now we're having power struggle in the house because it's kids who are dictating which school I'm supposed to go in. A child comes home and tell you, Mom, spend your shule. And there is nothing you'll do about it. You have to change that school. A child tells you that I don't like the neighborhood we are staying in. I don't like this house. It's too small. Get a bigger house. Our TV is too small. You see our neighbor's TV, it's bigger than ours. So you have to involve your children in every decision you are going to make in your house. Your child comes and tells you that you want to buy a car. Me and my wife, we cannot make a decision before calling our kids. So we thought we should buy this car. What do you think? No, we can't have that small car, Mom and Dad. You see our neighbors are having a bigger car than ours. So you have to adjust to please your children. So this now we are failing as parents. Then you'll tell me that you find, maybe if you look at in your neighborhood or your estate where you stay from, you'll find kids who can just highly insult or to adults without fear. They can call adults names and there's no you will take them. Then you are saying that we have spoiled kids in our society. No, we have spoiled parents.
Oh, spoiled parents.
Yes, parents who have refused to take up the responsibility to discipline their children because they fear that this child will not love them. So we are trying to win love from kids, that if I discipline my child, he's going to love me. You tell your child you can't afford a 3-bedroom house now or a 4-bedroom house, then he doesn't eat breakfast. And then you're like, no, you haven't eaten. I'll not eat until you go to another. So you're like, okay, let us do this. Next month, I'm going to move to a bigger house. Are you going now to eat? Please, will you eat? Are you still angry at mommy? Then you begin apologizing to a child because he's now running the house. It's now your child who is running the decision in the house. And this is where you fail. You come, I invite you guys to my house to come and visit me. And then my child comes and then jumps on you, Betty, takes your phone, goes and
that's for the past.
And I'm like, Betty, it's just a child. So just please persevere. So the child goes with your phone to the bedroom.
Imagine.
So you are just there and no, you are not safe with your child. A child comes, takes a drink on the table, eats, and you're like, ini ya mgeni. Until I tell mgeni so dengine because the child has won. Let me tell you, our parents raised us so well. Even though we may not copy what they did, but we can borrow a leaf from that. Imagine my mother was having guests in the house. And then I didn't know. Then I just pop in the house like that. There is how my mother will just look at me, and I'll know today is war. I will just make a U-turn and go away.
Yes.
Yes.
That I'm going to withdraw and just wait for the consequences. You are afraid. It calms down. I become so cold. And then the moment I just hear now, visitors are now praying. Baba meaning they are now leaving.
Yes, yes.
Sasa nimeanza kushika, visitors should not go. Hata wangelala leo. Because you don't want to know what's going to happen to you next.
Absolutely.
When you see your mother escorting those guests, that now the time now your students are going on the table looking for the bread that remained. Hata appetite hakuna uko tu. What's going to happen next? Usikia mama anasema, kwaherini Mungu awabariki tunaona siku nyingine. You are finished. Because the eyes that your mother gave you communicated everything right. Yes.
Actually, you're so right. Actually, you've completely said what is to happen.
Yes, but why can't we borrow that? Why can't we, hata kama hatuna knowledge, why can't we borrow a leaf from that? Let us just know that I am the owner of this house. Yes. The TV is mine. My child cannot dictate what I'm going to watch. Baby, can you watch news? No, I'm watching Cocomelon. I'm watching. So munasema, okay, you just watch cartoons until 6 p.m. because the baby is watching TV. Until alale, it's when you go and snatch that remote pull from their hand, and then now watch news. Yeah. Because the child has hold a remote, we can't do anything. Why are they leading us? Yes. We have failed as parents.
Salano umongea, any phrase spoken from the heart.
We are failing as parents.
Yeah. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have, of course, Lydia Karemi. She's actually been on the show before. I think she was on a show that, Pastor C, you are not there. Yes. Karibu sana.
Welcome, madam.
She has been on the show, and good. So, okay, let's give you a hug. Yeah, so she has been on a show where we're talking about singlehood.
Yes, you're welcome.
No, you were not. But Karibu sana, she's also a psychologist. Yes. Nice to have you, of course. So today, we're talking about that power sharing in between their parents and their children. And we've already heard from Salano how fiery this topic is. And we'd want you, of course, to chime into the conversation. We have our question there. Just talk to us. Tell us where you're texting us from. And I'll be looking at the feedback shortly. All right. So, Lydia, you've been in the studio for a while now. Umesikia what we've been discussing. Yes. This actually was a comment that John Kanyon made online, and we're like, let's talk about it. What do you think about the whole scenario, and especially coming from what Salano has just mentioned?
Actually, thank you so much, Betty. Yes, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you.
Meet each one of you.
Yes.
I was really impressed by the boldness by which you are like, we need to be bold. We need to speak. We need to guide our children. And the truth is that if children are not given direction, then they lose it. Because how children are created, they receive, they're like sponges. And whatever they receive from their parents is what they internalize, and it is what makes whom they become. So whenever parents do not show up, whenever parents tend to be either permissive or tend to be unavailable to give direction in whichever way, then we realize that's why we bring up adults that are not functioning right. And so today I love the fact that you shared about the children, the way they come when the guests are in the sitting room, and maybe they want to pick a meal or something, meat or something that belongs to the guests. And as a parent, we shy away. We tend to be diplomatic. You don't want to maybe discipline the child immediately. You don't want to call them out immediately. I think that is a failure to us as parents. I am a parent of 4 children, and it is a failure to ourselves. It is a failure to the children themselves, to the generations, and to the society at large.
I like that. All right, I'm sure this topic is affecting so many people at home, and they're wondering, where do we go from here? But John, let me ask you, at what point should you start guiding and giving maybe guidelines and discipline to your children so that they can become the adults that I think we are?
Yes.
Well, to me, it starts right from day 0. When you start thinking about that child. Because we don't plan. We plan for everything else, but we don't plan for the children. So you are going to get a child. God blesses you with a child. Because it's not your right, it's a blessing. And God has told us in Proverbs 22, verse 6, bring up the child in the way he should go.
Yes.
So you ask yourself, I have a baby girl, I have a baby boy. By the time they are growing up, what do I know about parenting? how do I want my child to grow up? Now, the language that we usually have, that our children, or they are not our children, it is my children.
Okay.
So I should know how I want to bring up my children.
Yes, yes.
Right? In what environment am I bringing up my children? Because the environment also matters.
Yes.
You know, and children who are brought up, I think that when time we were growing up, there was a Uhuru Highway that was dividing Eastlands and Westlands, the other side. So children from Eastlands had a different environment.
Yes.
They grew up with different virtues.
Very true.
Different from the other one.
Yes.
So today, where are you bringing up your child? It may be very important to choose even the environment or the vicinity where you're going to grow up for the sake of your child. How many of us as parents know our children? If you were to ask, even here, very few of us know our children.
Yes, yes.
We are with them. Children are just aging.
What do you mean by knowing our children? What specifics?
Okay, how much time do you have with your child?
Okay.
Because you see, for you to be my friend, if I may go that way, I have to spend time with you.
Very
I know
true.
your likes.
Yes.
I know your emotions. I know which areas to trend to and what not to trend to, right? If I'm going out with you, I know which places you may want to go
Yes.
and which places I may not want to go. So how many of us have spent time with our children to see their emotions, the way they behave, the tantrums that they're having?
Yes, yes.
What is causing that? Because every behavior in the child is a communication to the parent.
Okay.
When we miss that communication, we are done.
Okay. All right.
Children will want to exact their pressure. The children will want to extend their boundaries, even from when they are young. That's how they test. That's how they learn.
All right.
Now, when we are not with them to notice how far they are pushing, so that we know how are we going to curtail it, again with love. Because I don't want us to say we must be brutal to our children
Yes,
for them to
absolutely.
understand.
Yes,
It's not the language.
Yes.
With love. Children don't just respond to what we say. They also respond to how we mentor them, what they see us doing. What is it that we are doing that our children are emulating? Because these children we are blaming, they saw us doing it. They saw us being disrespectful to our elders. They saw us being disrespectful. When news is being read and you hear whatever is happening in the news and then I'm there and I'm challenging, I'm commenting, my child is here.
Yes, yes.
There's something that they are picking up. When we are quarreling with the mother, right?
Got you.
And the child is just there. This child is picking up some things. When you go to school, even from primary school, like you have said, Salano, that the child doesn't want to go to this school.
Yes.
The child was beaten, was bullied in school, then you are going to school and you're asking the teacher, where were you when my child was? You are quarreling the teacher in
And that
the
happens
presence
a
of
lot.
your...
now that's what the children are picking up. This is what they have grown up now.
Okay.
They have grown up knowing that what I want, when I ask for it, I get it.
must be
All right.
provided.
Now you want to change them when they are now becoming teenagers or growing up. It's not easy to
Not
change
possible.
them.
So it has to start from day zero, like
Yes.
you said.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what? We'll take a short commercial break, but we're coming back to continue with this very important conversation. Don't go away.
No more excuses. It's time to rise, grind, and own your mornings. Join Coach Shadrach Omer every Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. only on TV 47. Full body workouts, zero equipment, maximum results. Start strong, stay strong. TV 47 Fitness with Coach Shadrach only on TV 47. Looking for the perfect way to kick off your weekend?
Pole. Hiyo ni salamu ya Mluya kabisa.
Tune in to Friday with Betty, the most exciting show on TV.
Betty, one tear gas. Betty, I didn't know where those guys went.
From the latest news and trends to unforgettable moments. Friday with Betty is your go-to show for a fabulous Friday night.
Meteorological, meteorologist, what is that word, Willis?
Tune in this and every Friday at 9 p.m. and let's make your Fridays unforgettable. Only on TV 47. Enjoy uninterrupted live streaming of your favorite programs on TV 47 and Radio 47 on the go with our new mobile-friendly website. Experience the future of broadcasting. Visit www.tv47.digital or scan this QR code and stream your way to endless news and entertainment. Welcome to the home of untold stories.
It's coming in thick and fast. But remember the question of the day, are modern day parents too soft or kids have become too bold? Let's hear from you. Quite a number of comments coming in. Let me just sample before we continue. Somebody is saying nowadays we don't have time for our children. We have failed as parents. Somebody also saying, hello, I'm Alphonse. See you watching live from Machakos, Mumbuni. All right. Modern parents are becoming too soft. Lukurito Daniel from Nairobi, and to sum up the motion is that modern parents are more emotionally aware but less firm. Children are more exposed, expressive, and confident. With clear boundaries, confidence turns into boldness. Children need strong, consistent, loving guidance. All right, somebody here, very good topic. Parents are the ones raising their children in the wrong way. A child raised in a godly way will also grow up doing things the right way. Hello, I'm Kauria Arapkoske. You're saying the topic is very good. I wish all parents are watching this conversation. Well, we wish so too. We as parents have really failed to an extent of allowing the children to give even names to the newborns. They're not saying hivi. Simon Inzai, best topic. It's so sad to see how children of today are brought up. I'm a teacher and we're going through a lot, dealing with learners plus their parents. Correcting a child has become an issue, even if it's for goodwill. What the speakers are saying is very true. Wow, thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. You wanted to say something actually, Salano, you wanted to say something about what we were just discussing.
You asked that, when do we begin disciplining our child?
Begin disciplining?
The moment as a mother, when you are breastfeeding, and a child bites your nipple.
That early?
Yes.
My goodness.
Start just by tapping the hand.
Okay.
The child will know, I've made a mistake. Next time again he'll bite, then he'll look at your eyes and see your reaction. Tell him, no, don't do that. The child has already begun learning no and yes. Okay. What is right and what is wrong. Next time you see the child going towards maybe a cable and tell him no, he'll know the no you told him when he beat your breast or your nipple is the same no that is meaning when he's going to touch the cable. Yes. So now we have left them, because a parent asked me now, my child is now 5 years. He's so rude, he's all over. When do I begin disciplining him? Now this child is already late. This now you are finding that you are going to a supermarket with a child, and then a child tells you, I want that. Yes. You tell him, no, I want this. The moment you send to this child, he falls down, begins crying, tantrum in the supermarket. Yes. I want. Okay. Have it. Yes. When you are firm from day one, the moment you are going to supermarket with the child, ask your child, what do you want? Before you enter supermarket, I want yogurt and ice cream. Full stop. Okay. When you get in, you said you want yogurt and ice cream. Mambo ya biscuits, you just nataka nyingine, I want toika, I will not do that. Okay. Let that firmness be seen from day one. Yeah, that even means even if you have the capacity to buy anything. We are going to the market and coming up with another budget of 20K that we are not even planning for. Because the child wants a bicycle, he wants that toy, he wants that doll. Because we have given them, we cannot tell them no. That's why we're saying when kids reach teenagers now, when you tell them no, they're going to commit suicide. Because they've never learned no from their childhood. They've been always yes, everything yes. And don't want this school, okay. I want this. There is something very important when you talk about discipline. This and then when talking about discipline, our parents used to beat us, punishment, kick, slap, take, and
it was war.
I discipline my kids, but I never slap my children. I don't give a jab to my children. I don't kick them. Akifanya makosa, you go down, you get 2 or 3, you go out. Before that, after that, you come and probably say, I'm sorry for what I did. 2 or 3 what? Strokes on the behinds.
You do that to your children?
Yes. And but then I asked them, first of all, I heard that you call this boy stupid. As the Salanos, do we call people stupid? Have you ever heard me call your mother stupid? Have you ever heard my mother call me stupid? Do we call you stupid? Where do you get that? That's a foreign word that we don't use in our house. Therefore, how many do you want? I want 3. The Bible says that there is some foolishness that's embedded in the child's heart that only a rod can take it out.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Not dialogue, not just tell him, repeat, don't, to go and squat in that corner.
Yes.
You abuse someone, go and squat in that corner. You not access your toys for the next 1 week because we are so, there's a mother who posted in a group, his son who is about 10 years has been beaten, the lips are swollen by another boy who's around a teenager, around 14, 15.
Right.
This mother took his son, went to them and told him, look what your son has done to my child. The man said, unataka nifanye nini sasa? Unataka nifanye nini sasa?
Yes.
The mother says, I have never even slapped my child since he was born. Unataka nifanye nini saizi?
Okay. That's a mistake.
A big mistake. Yeah, we failed as parents.
All right. Pastor, so that
the challenge is we are not training our children. We want our children to follow rules. It's not possible.
Yes.
They've got to internalize. Children don't learn, like I said, from what we tell them. They learn from what we see.
Okay.
What illustrations do you have? When we value time with our children, to be around us when we are doing some things. You know, I always say, when you call your child to advise, kaa hapo chini, then you start talking.
Yes, sir.
By that time, they have already blocked.
I've lost you.
But when you find yourself this, if it is your daughter, you are in the kitchen, you are doing something, call her, give me this, do this, push this for me. And while you are there, you are saying something. You are telling her something as you are doing things. If you are a dad, either you have, if you are blessed with a compound, you are doing something outside, or take a walk, ride bicycles together. If you have a bicycle, do something together. As you are doing that, put some words in them. That is the way they enter. Our challenge is we want peace with our children because we want to cover up for our failures. So everything that they want, we give them, because if we deny them, and like I said, we also don't know them, we don't know how they are going to behave. We hear children have committed suicide, have died by suicide, or they have left school, or they have gone to drugs. And we don't want our children to go there. How well do I know our child that I know the limits? Wangu nikimpeleka hivi, nikifika hapa hivi, beyond there, najuanga, I have to change the tactics. So you've got to spend time. That is what parenting is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Pastor Sue.
Wow, I just want to say that
it's
really sad. It's really sad to see that our children have taken control of our homes while we are watching. And this has come because most parents are really quiet. We are parenting quietly. And this is because the same problem is also in our relationship as married couple. You find right now, I and Pastor Munene, we are in the house and we are not talking. Kila mtu ako kwa phone, you know, we are doing our own thing, you see? And that also because there's no emotional connection between a husband and a wife, is the same thing. Now it's being reflected to our children. Because there's nowhere we sit down and question, excuse me, there was this money that I left, I saw you withdrew. So, unataka nini? You know, I just come with something to block him from asking, because I don't want accountability concerning the family money. Like, for example, you would ask me, you told me you are going for a party, but you've come very late, it's now 12. So unataka nikuje ile 7 tufanye nini na tunakaanga hapa na phone. You see that? So this thing that we are seeing, as Mr. John is saying, started right from us. The way we don't connect with each other because emotionally, and we don't talk to each other, is the same now reflection to our children. Remember, you can be married for 20 years, 40 years, but you have never spent 40 hours together.
Oh, that's so powerful. You
can have children, a child who is 21 years, 22 years, but you have never spent 22 hours together. Why? What we have just said. Any moment that you are with your son and your daughter, it is your time to impact them with the virtues that you carry. Anything that happens around, you take it as an example to learn from something. But now we are so quiet. We are so tied up to gadgets. We are always on calls. Even when we are driving, you get the point. Even when we say that we're having time with our children, how do we do it? We go to a hotel, we tell them to order what they want, and immediately again we are on the phone. So we have just eaten together. If I want to take them to skating, I'm just talking about those who have small children. Wanapelekwa skating, wana skate, and we say we have spent time together.
Even sometimes with
they spent time together with the bouncing castle. They spent time together with the skating guy. They never spent time with you. Spending time is communication. And that's why you're finding the same problem we have in marriage is the same problem now our children are experiencing. There is no emotional connection because they learn by what they see. They are not seeing anything. They're always seeing a mother who is always on TikTok, just laughing by herself. You see that? So what will they do? So they feel there's space, and anytime there is space, nature does not allow vacuum. If the children feel it's like I need guidance, but daddy is not available, mommy is not available, they'll come with their. That's why you're finding now shifting the power. Because they feel these people don't know what they are doing in this marriage. Nikiongea na daddy is very different from mom. Nikiongea na mommy is very different. So the child knows these people, to manipulate them becomes very easy. And I think this is a wake-up call to all the parents. We need first of all to have one language as a husband and a wife. Now that our son, now that our daughter has this and this challenge, how do we tackle it? Who can we call?
Got you.
Thank God now we know each other. I can just call Karemi. Nimwambie niko na son and a behavior. What can I do? What does that communicate as a psychologist? And from there, he's able to help me. John, I have this girl, I have this daughter. What is she communicating to me? I think, Susan, you have failed. You see, these days we have a lot of information, but we are not getting, we are not using that information to help us to be able to bring up our children, because there's no script in parenting, but there are principles that I can buy from Mr. John, I can buy from Karemi, Salano, and from you as well, and find myself applying to them, and they work for me. But now, the same way we pretend we are okay in marriage, even when we have a challenge, I think we have faked, and so our children are also taking the same fakeness in our lives and controlling up because they feel daddy has no authority over me, mommy has no authority over me, so let me have authority over them. So it's really, it's a very sad.
People say marriage is work.
Thank you.
Also children
is work.
It's actually intentional. The same way with marriage, right?
There's something else, Betty, before I forget. Which I've seen in most parents and modern day parents, because we are talking about modern day parents.
Yes, sir.
That we don't want to bring up our children the way we were brought up, with hardship, with lack. Now, we are dying day and night, waking up at 3 in the morning to provide for these children, actually to over-provide, which is spoiling them. Do our children know what lack means? You know? Because everything they want, we provide. Because we don't want them to live the way we lived. So, saying no, saying not now,
not yet,
saying later, are very good, powerful words for our children, even when you have. That they will learn to know that I can't get everything I want as much as I want it. There is a time, even my father lacked. And sometimes, I would even tell my children, I had not planned for that. Not that I don't have money. I had not planned for that. Let us plan for it. Because there's something that you're teaching that child, that you don't get everything when you want it. Now, see what is happening now? Our children that we have brought up, they have aged, like I said, with very little out here. They go get employed. With their salaries, what are they doing with it? Spending everything. Because we have not trained them that there is a tomorrow. That even if you have money now, you don't have to spend that money. You see? So we are spoiling them. And the other thing is, what duties do we have them doing? They don't do duties at home.
So that's still very important.
Very important. We have not trained them. You see, even in a hotel, when you go to a hotel, you eat what you want, and then you pay for it.
Very true.
In our homes, they will eat sometimes, like we have said, what they want. How do they pay for it?
Most of them don't.
So what are you training them? To get things for free. Free is very expensive. So while at home, let them know what is the responsibility of this child. Why should you be brushing your shoes, shining your shoes, for a child who is in grade, is it 4 or 3?
Yes,
Even
yes.
3.
Even 3.
Even
Why should you be
secondary,
doing
even
it?
campus.
Show them how to do it, see them doing it, correct them, and then they start doing it.
Okay, I like that. Let's hear from Lydia Karimi. Yeah, we should also now start looking at the solutions, really. Yeah. So you're saying this spending time, of course, there's the chores at home. What other solutions can we put in place if somebody's watching and they're in this situation that we're talking about?
Thank you so much, Betty. Actually, from what Pastor Sue has said, what John is saying, there's something that has that's coming out very strongly, that our children are a reflection of what is happening in our relationships, in our marriages.
Yes.
But also now, even before we look at that, from my psychological perspective, our children are a reflection of what is happening in our personal lives, individual lives, the internal chaos that you're experiencing as a mother. The internal chaos you're experiencing as a father, that is what is going to reflect to the child. In this way, when we talk about internal chaos or emotional chaos, parents are going through a lot.
Yes, yes.
Okay, maybe you are having struggles, financial struggles, and so you have to work very hard.
Yes.
So this means that this parent ends up working for very long hours, therefore spending less time with the children. All right. Maybe this parent is having a struggle with the relationship, their relationships, issues between themselves and their partner. Yes. So what happens is this child is likely either to overprotect or overdepend on the child, therefore looking or underestimating the place of firmness to the child. But in real sense, what this child is doing, they are projecting what they are going through in the relationship. Okay. The other bit is parents have gone through trauma, background baggage that they are struggling with. All right. Maybe their parents were emotionally unavailable. So therefore, because that is what was modeled to you, then it is what you end up modeling to your children. All right. So I think at the end of the day, for you to be a good parent, you need to look at yourself first. And with marriage, individuality is very key, and then connectedness is so key. And you cannot be able to be connected in the relationship if you've not been able to be individually safe as a person, okay? And so now that we are realizing that our children have they have their own struggles because, of course, of what is happening, either it's environmental factors, maybe it is the parental issues and lack of knowledge sometimes in the parents. What do we do? What should we do as parents? Number one, I would encourage every parent to deal with their issues as individuals, okay? Do not ignore what you're going through as a parent. Do not ignore the pain if you're going through depression, because there's some parents that are going through mental illnesses, and therefore, while you're going through that illness and you're still parenting, you can be sure you're going to have to raise a child who is going to struggle with the issues of life, okay? So deal with your issues as a person.
That also includes seeking help.
Seek help, seek therapy. Come, let us process the trauma. Let us process what is going on in your life. That is one. Number two, parents need education. We need to learn. We need to know what do we need to do, you know? And there are so many parenting programs out here that are being offered in churches, in communities to learn about parenting. I love the fact that you're bringing out the fact of spending time with the children. And spending time, it's not quantity. You just tuko tu tuna watch TV na uko hapa on TikTok as Pastor Sue is saying. No. It is intentional. You need to be there. You need to literally connect. Put your phones and your gadgets away, and then have a personal relationship with this child. And it's important to realize that even if you have 4 children like I do have, every child experiences a parent in a very unique way. Wow. In a unique way. How the parent I am to my firstborn son, the parent I am to my secondborn, the parent I am to the thirdborn and to the fourth is totally different, right? So I cannot generalize that. And so as parents, we need to learn that. The next thing we need to now train this means taking children through, helping them learn and understand what it means, them living in a type of way. I am one person who is big on disciplining my children, but I do not discipline a child for anything that I've not trained them about.
Very important.
Wow.
Yes,
Very important.
I have to train the child. I have to show them the way to go. And then the next time I remind them, do you remember we had this conversation? And I allow them to reflect what we had talked about. So I ensure that they got the concept. By the time we're getting to the third time you're doing it, my friend, you'll get your canes. And I give the canes based on your age. So the 11-year-old gets 11.
Exactly.
Where?
7-year-old gets 7. 4-year-old gets, I have twins
Up
by
until
11.
today.
Up until today.
Where wanaosimamia na anafanyanga hivyo.
Exactly.
I think there's something that John said that is very important. He said that parenting is not just about when you are making mistake, then I correct you. When you are working with your children. In fact, when you are out of things like you are now in the house, just outside you are just talking and then you tell them about principles of life.
Yes.
That's when you are educating them. And then Pastor has talked about the unity in parent, with parents. Now, the two of us have agreed that we have to raise our children in this manner. And then my child makes a mistake. I want to discipline my child. The mother comes, no. You will kill my child. Please, no, you can't do that here.
Yes.
Forgive him. Now, this child is confused because now, does my father hate me and my mother loves me? Is that the mistake I made was not a mistake? Or it was just right? So now, we now form an alliance in the house whereby we have now kids against
The
One
father.
parent.
One parent.
Yes.
Now we have the government and opposition. In our house, with my wife, we agreed. Anytime I find her disciplining a child, the best I can do is add.
Or you add.
You join, yes.
Let them know that we are in the same team. Me and my wife.
Kama maybe you're not even on the same team.
I'll just come and ask, amefanya nini? Kuja hapana, nikuongeze moja. If my wife comes and finds me, I'm caning a child, amefanya nini? Hiyo ni makosa. Sunajua nikuongeze moja. Let these kids know that we are on the same side. Not whereby I discipline my child, he goes to the mom, daddy amenipiga. Daddy mbaya. And then also, that some will not come and do it physically, take the child from you.
Yes.
They'll just let you do it, then they'll call the child. Mbona alikuwa nakupiga? Ati nifanye hivi. Hiyo ni makosa ya kupigia surely. Do you know your father is not serious? That's what you mean he could can you. Now already we are forming a different opposition in our house.
Yes.
So let us do it as a team,
As
as together, two of us, or else we are going to lose our children.
All right, I like that. John, we're starting to wind up. Maybe you can start winding up for us with the solutions, really.
Solutions, like we have said, create time for your children.
Yes.
Know your children. Equip yourself. And like Karimia said, all my children are different.
Wow.
Brought up in different times, different zones.
Yes.
We have shifted estates, environment have changed. They have gone to different schools. They have been taught by different teachers. So I look at every child as one, not generalizing. Stop comparing your children. That why are you not like your brother or like your sister?
Okay.
They are not the same.
Got you.
And above all, look for programs that are there.
All right.
In Safe Havens, where I am, we have a program that we have started, launched today, a 2-year program, mentorship for boys. Just want to do boys.
Safe Havens.
2 years. It's not a seminar, it's not a workshop.
Yes.
It is 2 years. We give you back your son after 2 years, and you'll see the values that he has.
Wow. Okay. So Safe Havens. Somebody can Google that.
Safe Haven Nurtures,
Okay.
that's where we are.
Okay, Safe Haven Nurtures. Okay, we can look at that. Pastor Sue, you can wind it up for us. And also talking about the learners, very briefly, walimu watafanya aje? Unaona mwalimu anasema vile ni ngumu hata kudiscipline siku hizi.
Yes.
Because the parents come and say, why did you touch my kids?
Wow.
And that is happening in a lot of schools right now.
Yes.
I
think
take it home for us.
I think one of the things that we need to understand as parents, we need to maintain a low, firm, gentle words. In this sense that you must be firm. Your no must be no. Your yes must be yes. And when that begins now with the firstborn, it trickles down to the lastborn. You find firstborns are brought up very rough, but the secondborn, the thirdborn is like the parents wanalegea. That is not supposed to be so. And I want to say this, one of the best things for you to bring up a very strong child is more importantly to attack the behavior, not the identity.
Okay.
For example, you should not tell your child, you are very stubborn. You are very difficult. When you say that, you make them feel, oh, this is who I am.
Yes.
No, attack the behavior. In this family, we don't answer that. The way Salanu has said.
Yes.
In this family, we don't do this. You know, let's differentiate between the behavior and the identity of the child. It's very, very important. Unlike us who grew up, the behavior and the identity was put together, and so that, and we were crushed, and that brought very low self-esteem to us. Now this, when we are discovering ourselves. Another important thing that is very important is, please don't discipline the firstborn in the presence of secondborn, thirdborn, and fifthborn. Why? A firstborn girl is the resemblance of the mother. A firstborn son is the resemblance of the father. Firstborns must be dealt with dignity, especially so in the bedroom. If you don't have a big room, discipline them there, beat them up, let them cry, let them wipe, and then after that, wajipanguze, watoke, waende wakaeleze wengine. So that now this son and this boy grows up very strong. But when we beat our firstborn and our firstborn daughters and son in the presence of the others, anaacha wakijongoa, unaona vile kilikuwa kinalia, kilikuwa kina blade. So unakuta huyu mtoto firstborn anakaa funny.
Yes,
I don't know whether you have realized most firstborns are not very strong.
Yes,
so that is something that we need to rectify even when it comes to correction.
Okay.
And so another thing, maintain eye contact. When you talk to your child, there's an energy you emit as a parent. And that energy is not just, is a spiritual energy, is an authority, headship anointing, is parenting anointing. So eye to eye is very important. Don't beat your child and you're not looking at each other. You get the point. And never use your hands to slap your daughter and your son. It is an attack to their dignity. That's very strong. Okay. Always have a stick. Written Ian, Joy, written Grace, but not your hand. You get the point, eh? So when we do that, we are going to raise up very strong children. And I want to emphasize again what John and Karemi has said, and Salanu. Please, parents, we need to be mentored. We need to invest in seminars, in schools, so that we can raise up very strong children. When we do that, we're going to have a very strong generation.
All right.
Do I have another time, or do I need to talk?
I know, we are done, Kabisa, but of course you can find Pastor Sue Clay.
Thank you.
Clay City.
Clay City Medical Center. My number is 0712-265-746. We treat all medical conditions, especially men. Yes. Low libido, arthritis, diabetes, hypertension, palliative care to the cancer patient. Please, we should not have people dying when there is a solution. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. That was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much. And I'm sure if you're watching, at least tumejua something if you're parents. Well, thank you so much for, of course, watching. I know the time is always short, but of course we'll be here next weekend, God willing. Till then, let's be kind to one another and let's discipline our children. Good night from us.